How are you going to steer your ship when the tides are turning, we're showing up in our routine, but are we progressing? And if you're doing the work that the 99% of people out there aren't doing, how do you expect the 99% to understand you? Thank you for joining me here today. Now, I just want to speak a little bit about being proactive as someone that considers himself a spiritual person. Now, spirituality, the term gets thrown around so much these days, but when we break it down to its core, spirituality is the essence of understanding yourself. Now, getting deeper, it's about asking the right questions, the questions that will unfold into a narrative that helps you progress in life in so many different ways, essentially following your highest path. Now, how can you be proactive as a spiritual being? Let me give you a story, for example. Recently, I just moved out of my hometown. I moved up to a different state, up into Byron Bay, into the hinterlands of New South Wales, exactly where we are now, and found myself in the unknown. The unknown is an incredible space for growth, but it's also daunting. So what do? How do you combat the unknown? Do you approach it without any sort of idea of what next steps to take? Do you plan out these steps, or do you accept that sometimes no plan is the best plan? In my opinion, no plan can definitely be the best plan. When you have a good routine, when you understand how your body, your mind, and your soul functions, it makes it so much easier to navigate through these difficult times of the unknown, of uncertainty. So for me, I like to keep my nervous system at a nice state of buoyancy. You know, sometimes the unbalance is a great way to find yourself in a state to grow. You know, it doesn't always have to be a comfortable situation all the time. And sometimes when faced with uncertainty and discomfort, we are forced into a situation that we need to navigate through. We need to become that problem solver that can solve an issue and the issue at hand. And this doesn't come naturally to us in our regular state of being. If we're stuck in the mundane, if we're stuck in a regular routine where we're not finding much progress, sure, we may be getting our daily chores done, we're turning up, we're showing up to work every single day. We may even be lifting others with how much we're showing up in our routine, in our incredibly good habits. But are we progressing? For me, taking this step into the unknown was forcing me to take a step into a new version of me. To find my deeper path. To find a path at which my heart had been yearning for far too long. So here I am. I'm being proactive. And whilst out here, the intention of coming out here, aside from the unknown, was to start a new business. Now, unfortunately, recently, my business partner decided to back out of the whole situation. But what does this mean for me? Where does this leave me? At first, it was a state of conflict within. You know, I saw it as a thing that I needed to navigate, and I wasn't doing it in a healthy way. I wasn't reflecting straight away. Initially, I turned to the bad emotions. The emotion of, hey, the emotion of why do I feel sorry? Why do I feel so sorry for myself? The emotion of, why did this person do this to me? But through self-reflection, giving myself that time, that pause, I was able to reconnect with myself. To say, hey, look, sometimes people make these decisions, these external decisions that are outside of our control. And if we react to them in a negative way, it is not going to help our own situation whatsoever. And that's the core understanding of proactivity. We do not want to let other people's emotions, other people's decisions, and external forces take control over ourselves. It allows them to steal that energy, to take that energy from us in a way that is not quite manipulation, but it is also giving away the control that we have of ourselves. When we lose that control, it's very difficult to navigate through these emotions. And this is a core understanding of what spirituality is. My understanding at this particular point in my journey, at least. So, navigating through that difficult time has given me a reason. It's an opportunity to rethink, recalibrate, and remember that I'm here in the unknown. It's never going to be easy. If you accept that there are going to be difficult times, okay, maybe not never going to be easy, but there are going to be difficult times, no matter where you are in life. And for me, what felt like a difficult time, I recalibrated, I rethought this idea, this bad perception on a situation, and I thought of it in a positive way. This is an opportunity to shine and grow as a better person and start walking that higher path. Proactivity and spirituality meet in ways that are unforeseen. We need to be open. We need to be ready. We need to be the type of person, the type of spirit, the type of soul that is accepting of these external forces, these negative energies. They will be around us. They will come. We may not want them to, but they will always find a way in just at the right time. And at that right time, you're going to have to react. You're going to have to be proactive in a positive manner. In this positive manner, you're going to find a better version of yourself. A version of yourself that didn't exist. It did not exist. It was out there. It was within. But only now that that situation has come, have you been forced to understand this new version of you. This unknown is something that I've always chased and I absolutely love, and I always encourage people to jump into the unknown and discomfort, because in the uncomfortable you grow. You don't have a choice. You need to become the problem solver that you've always dreamed of being. And in this state, you can achieve miraculous things. Miraculous things that to many seem like a miracle. You may seem crazy at first. People won't understand. But you need to understand, if you're doing the work that the 99% of people out there aren't doing, if you're doing that 1%, how do you expect the 99% to understand you? They're not doing the work. You are. And this is something I keep in mind all the time. I've never chosen the easy path, because I know on the other end, the deep unknown, there's a version of me that I could have never foreseen. And to me, there's something so special in that. Have you ever looked up into the stars and thought, hey, we are so small? Because you're not wrong, we're tiny creatures. We're very small creatures built up of billions of even smaller atoms, chemicals, and energy. And with this understanding, situations, bad occurrences, and things that put you in a difficult position don't seem that bad after all. We all have different ways of navigating. So how are you going to be the navigator? How are you going to steer your ship when the tides are turning, where you're coming up to a big thunderstorm? The clouds are rolling in, and your crewmates are shouting, hey, like, bring down the sails. Dude, what are you doing? Get to the poop deck. You need to be the captain of your own ship. You need to be the one in control. The storms will come, but without an understanding of how your particular type of leadership works, how you can navigate through these tough storms and allow your crewmates to know where your head's at, where your mindset is, chaos will break loose. Now, I feel like I've been rambling for a little bit, but this is just a thought. A thought on my current understanding of proactivity and spirituality when faced with a difficult situation. The difficult situation being the unknown, the unforeseen, and the undeterminable aspects of our future. It doesn't matter how present you are. While being present is an extremely good thing, we should all be present at all times, not getting caught up in the past, not getting caught up in the future, but being super present during these difficult times and realizing that these occurrences are happening for a reason. Notice the messages in between, because in every occurrence, in every tough situation, there's a message, and that message is for you. Don't ignore the messages. You ignore the messages, whether that be a feeling from the gut or deep inside your heart. If you ignore these messages, you'll be thrown off your highest path. You may find another path, an alternate future. But choose the human you want to be today. Be present and take notes. Pick up on what messages are being thrown your way, which occurrences are coming your way every second. They're forever changing, and they're waiting for you to make the right choice. Don't worry about what anyone else is going to say, because trust me, they're going to say things, whether you like it or not. Embrace the unknown. Know that you are here for a damn good reason. Whether it's in the mundane of life, doing your chores, going to work, but know that life is going to continue happening, whether you're in the mundane or whether you're in the unknown. Life is happening for you and not against you. This is essentially unconditional love. You have unconditional love for yourself, and no matter what is thrown your way, you will have a deeper understanding of how to navigate through them. These situations, these tough occurrences. So, look, I hope this has been not too much. I don't want to ramble on for too much longer. I'm glad you've been here. I'm glad you've listened. This to me is somewhat of an experiment as well. It's not been very often that I sit in front of a camera and speak my truth at a particular time without any script and without any prior thoughts of a structure behind a video. Creating content is something I absolutely adore and that I have adored for years. And now it's time to show up. Without overthinking, without overproducing, but just being raw. With myself, with you guys, and not letting any of my blockages or barriers restrict me from breaking through some glass ceilings and making my dreams a reality. And I hope you're doing the same. Anyway, maybe let's have a little moment. We're going to close our eyes and sit in a little peaceful meditation to wrap up today's video, closing our eyes, may we all put our collective consciousness together as one. Realize that the deep unknown is there for a reason, and that within this reason there is purpose. Purpose for you, purpose for me, and purpose for everyone else surrounding us. Everyone's purpose is different. Recognize this and act when you need to assure that everyone else is in safe hands. Safe hands in your energy and safe hands in the energy of one another. We're going to have 3 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. May we all walk as one in unconditional love, serving one another to assure that our highest paths can be reached. Thank you all for joining me. Until next time, bless you all. Love ya. Mwah.